Right, my friend. How are you in chapter number 9, session number 9? How's everything? Hope you are doing well. Inshallah, you are doing good with your study and with your health, especially studying our strategic management module, ST106. And now we are in chapter number 9, part number 1, which is business strategy evaluation. Business strategy evaluation. As we agreed, from the first day and from the first chapter, we divided the chapters into two sections, each one of them. So it's time to talk about evaluation. Over the last 8 chapters, we were talking about, just to remind you, it's important. Just to remind you about something very important. Right? We talk about business level strategy, corporate strategy, and functional. One, two, three. Corporate level, business unit level, and functional level. Okay, guys? So, corporate level, business level, unit level, and functional level. From the first chapter, we said that in the first and second chapter, especially in chapter number 2, do you remember the strategic management process? Do you remember it? Especially in part number 1 of part number 1, just we talk about the steps and the stages of the strategic management process. Right? So, I just leave time for you to think about this. What are this question for you? What are the main strategic management process steps and stages? Okay, think about this. We divided strategic management process into three main steps. Right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Strategy formulation. Remember this? Strategy implementation and strategy what? Now it's strategy evaluation. It is time to evaluate our business and our steps and our measure, our criteria to evaluate all this process. Are we on the right track? This is the question. Are we doing well in implementation and evaluation? Right? So it's time to ask ourselves, where are we now? Where are we now? Where do we want to become in the future? This is the question now of strategy evaluation. Are we going on the right track and we're going ahead? Or we are looping and we don't know where are we going? This is the question. Okay, guys. So let's uncover this topic and start talking about this. What are the main intended learning objectives and outcomes? The main learning objectives and outcomes in this chapter. In this chapter, we discover the meaning of strategy evaluation. We find out the process of strategy evaluation. What are the main steps and to discover it? Distinguish the main evaluation approach, purposes, methods, and designs. Realize the importance of strategy evaluation criteria. And grasp the advantage of evaluation cases, and especially this case here in this chapter. I'm talking slowly to understand me very well and to have you with me 100% and to follow me step by step. Step by step. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. We start with some keywords of as usual. We have some keywords. Keywords, please don't forget at all. Memorize them. Keep them in mind. Get benefit of these terminologies. We start with the strategy evaluation. What are evaluation approach? Appraisal of a plan, suitability, vulnerability, validity, workability, and evaluation criteria. We have all this stuff over, let's say, the last 9, 10, 8, and this number 9 chapter. Keep them in mind. And just take advantage of this terminology. In this chapter for today, we discover the following. After introduction, we discover the strategy evaluation. We study the strategy evaluation just to organize it. Again here. We study the evaluation the process of a strategy evaluation, evaluation approach, purposes, methods, and design. right? Strategy evaluation criteria, then an evaluation case will be discovered at the end of this chapter. So, in evaluation in strategy formulation, guys, we scan environment, external environment, and internal environment. And internal environment. We start preparing our vision, mission, objectives, and goals. We prepare SMART objectives, right? All these plans, it transfers and integrated in a plan. This plan should go to implementation. Should we go ahead to implementation, right? The question now, are we on the right track? Our criteria and approach are met? Are we doing the right way on the right track? So different question. Where our plan was okay and right, so many questions to be asked. And this will be asked through evaluation methods and evaluation criteria and evaluation process. Agree on this? Right? This is an evaluation process, which is our core and main issue for this lecture, this is chapter number 9. So, we will explore the main evaluation approach, method, and purposes. Then, evaluation criteria will be identified, and at the end, an evaluation case will be introduced and unveil this case. Right. Very good. What's the meaning of strategy evaluation? Can neither be strategy in general speaking. Okay, guys. Strategy can neither be formulated nor adjusted to changing circumstances without a process of strategy evaluation. Right? Strategy evaluation cannot be completed without this. Especially nowadays, we said about pixel analysis. Do you remember this? Pixel analysis. Political, economic, social, technological, environmental, and legal. Right? All this expose and impose dramatic changes on your company, on your business. Pressure and the changes of technology, political issue, and political issue, scientific issue, technological one. So you have to be careful about the whole circumstances that surround your business and affect your business life, and it can divert your company over your track, your the right track. So we are keen about doing the process of evaluation time to time and ongoing evaluation, not only final evaluation. Whether this evaluation performed by individual or by a part of a reviewer is the main step in the process of guiding an enterprise. It's appraisal of how your business is carry on. Right? So, we have many questions about our business, internally and externally. Question mark and this apostrophe, this different issues should be contested and should be discussed to make sure we are doing well, and our mission and vision is implemented. Is our company getting its profit, efficiency, productivity, effectiveness, etc. And this will be discovered by the evaluation. It's the appraisal of a plan. It is the appraisal of plans. Right? It's appraisal of a plan and the result of our plans that should let's say let's say achieve and implement our mission and vision. Is the outcome of activities and events that are strongly shaped by the firm's control and reward systems. Its information and planning system. Strategy evaluation can take place as an abstract analytic task performed, maybe it can be performed by internally or externally. Internally by some strategic people or strategic planners, and externally by consultants. By consultants, right? Okay. What are the main evaluation approach? What are the main evaluation approach? We start with the first one. Utilization focused evaluation. Utilization focused evaluation which determines methods on the basis of what is going to be most useful different audiences. Pattern 1986. Or stakeholder evaluation approach. Stakeholder evaluation approach, which looks at the differing perspectives or different perspectives of all a program stakeholders. Of all program, no need for here for A, for program stakeholders those who have an interest in it, which is green 1988. So we have approach number 1, approach number 2, utilization 1 and stakeholder. And just to remind you, stakeholder are internal. We got here internal stakeholder, we have employee and staff, manager. Here we have owners and shareholders. Then we have competitors, customers, rivals, government, press and media, community, interest group, etc. So this is a stakeholder evaluation approach. Goal-free evaluation. 1, 2, 3. Goal-free evaluation, in which the evaluator's task is to examine all of the outcomes of a program, not just its formal outcomes as identified in its objectives. This is goal-free evaluation. So here the focus not only on specific objectives and outcomes and the formal one. Here are many objectives or goals can be achieved and should be evaluated. Strategic 1, strategic evaluation criteria or approach, let's take approach, emphasizes the evaluation design decisions should be driven by the strategic value of the information they will provide for solving problems. For solving problems. Then we go ahead. Let's end here with evaluation purposes. Evaluation purposes. Purposes. There are various ways of describing various purposes of evaluation activity. Here we can define development, formative, implementation, formative, developmental, implementation, process, impact, and outcome. So here we have many the evaluation purpose is best understood as identifying what evaluation activity is going to be used for. So this is the core and the let's say characteristics and or let's say features or nature of evaluation purposes. What we want to evaluate, what input we are looking for, what outcomes we intend to achieve, what process we are on, we are doing to evaluate all this step by step. So we start with design, developmental, formative implementation. In this purpose, evaluation activity designed to improve the design itself, the development and formation and implementation of a program. So as we mentioned, in design and development and formation, so we said that we have formulation, implementation, and evaluation. So our focus is here on design, formation, here implementation process, and here is formation process, design and formation. Process, evaluation, in the process itself here, and we talk about the design. In the process itself, it describes the process of the program or the evaluation program. So, this process could conceivable cover all of the program from its inception to its outcome. It's conceptually useful to limit the term process evaluation to activity describing the program during the course of the program when it has been initially implemented. So here we focus on the process itself. The context of the process. Then we're talking about the impact, outcome, and summative. Look at that word, impact, outcome, and the sum of the process. Looking at the impact and outcome of a program, and in the case summative, making an overall evaluation judgment about the worth of the program itself. So, in this approach here, as we mentioned already, in evaluation process, we uncover and we focus on the whole process as input, processing, output. The whole process, impact, outcome. Here is the process itself, and here on input, on design, formation, implementation in the process itself as well. So all this steps should be conducted towards achieving the whole process, the whole evaluation process. and to make sure that we are doing well in an efficient manner, and everything is okay. Thank you for the time being now in this first section of chapter number 9, which was about evaluation process. We get back to evaluation process here. As you can see, we are talking about evaluation process, and we move to chapter number 9, but section number 2, and carrying on talking about purposes and methods, etc., of the evaluation program of your business strategy and corporate strategy. Have a cup of coffee and tea, refresh yourself, have a break for 5 to 10 minutes, and get back to us, please.